Nestani, you're really ruining my first impression here, man.
You
really
already
don't gotta
had
do
your
this
first
to me.
impression. You called him a cuck like 2 weeks ago, man. Like,
Okay, so look,
Wow,
I'm gonna be
dude.
honest. I think he actually underreacted in that clip.
Even though nobody asked, we delivered. Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. My name is Nestani.
I am Jaxler.
I'm DECosmic.
And I am Coley.
And today on the show, we have a very special guest. Now, I know you didn't read the title, so the special guest is a surprise to you. And I'm going to give you one hint to guess on the guest, okay? Chat, you ready? That's your guess. Does anyone get it?
What?
What you wanted
Audio
to do it again?
listeners are crying.
Are you doing like the virtual insanity
I'm doing the
slide? What's
motherfucking
happening?
GTM slide, bro. What do you think I'm doing? We got GTM
Oh.
Podcast, otherwise known as Gummy Titty Milk. That is his actual
Oh
name.
my
That's what it means. That's what it stands for.
That might be true, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually got
Wow.
intel on that one. Welcome to the show, GTM.
Ro was on some Nardwar
What up,
shit
what
to
up?
figure that one out.
Hey, you know,
my God.
I can only slide so far in like socks. You know what I mean? Like
That's,
on carpet.
honestly, that
like,
would have been sick if you did the slide and then you stopped like he does in the interviews where you're just like, you know, like
I didn't think that far ahead. I'll be honest. I literally practiced
You're
the slide
GTM, we
one
have to
time
know.
right before.
You would have had to tilt the camera up too,
Yeah,
as well.
but you needed
so,
the camera down though to see the,
to see the slide.
Yeah,
It's a catch-22,
it's tough.
yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of catch 22,
We'll workshop
catch 52, fast of them.
that's not what it's called. You really did your research, man.
Yeah, anyway, Fast 52 just
so
happened. The Ludwig event, GTM, also known as. I'm gonna stop the bit now.
Are we doing this again? Really, man?
Oh my
Gertrude
gosh.
Thurman Man. Anyway,
Dude, I've never heard guesses like these before. These are actually the most unique I've ever heard.
that's what I bring. That's what I bring. That's my.
Right. So why don't you clear the air then? What does GTM stand for? What?
I think it's better if I
okay.
just keep guessing the whole episode.
I-
I'll just throw them out whenever
I feel
I
like
think of
that
one.
is better. And also, like, it's just a running joke that I don't tell anyone what it means. Like, I told
okay.
I told a
Ooh.
couple people. Well, I told Suiji because he got like 5 out of 5 world records.
Well, I mean, he kind of
Oh,
deserves it
I
after
see.
that
So-
one, I think.
Yeah.
At that point,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's deserved.
So he
he's
holds
like-
the Eye of Sauron or whatever.
Yeah, he's like one of 5 people that know in the community.
Dude, that's some like
Cool.
insane character lore right there.
Yeah.
And we're gonna uncover it accidentally on this podcast through me, Smile.
God, you are loving this, man.
I'm not.
This
I
is
landed
embarrassing.
Gertrude Thurman Man. Okay, I'm just saying I landed that. Okay, and I didn't write that one down like I did with Gummy Titty Milk because I thought of that one last week and I thought it was funny. Anyway, Fast 52 happened, and GTM was running in it. Wow. Before I even like ask about the event, I just want to say you fucking hit the Fire CBLJ in the fucking thing and the HMC sign club. But you know what he didn't hit? The fucking GTM slide. It was.
I know. I literally I realized that it's like I fucked it up and I could have done another backup, so I could have retried the slide.
Yeah.
And I don't know what I was thinking. It might have been the fucking melatonin I accidentally took that day in the morning.
Oh, dude, that's brutal.
So like normally when I get like really nervous or anxious for events, like my body decides that the only function I serve at that point is just using the bathroom.
I feel you. I also
So-
have that. Yeah. Anyway,
So it's
yeah.
really hard to eat in the morning, even like when I have to fly out and stuff. So
Yeah.
I took this pill for like traveler's diarrhea. It's called like Imodium.
Sounds like a spell.
Normally
bro.
it's kind of.
Imodium!
I mean, it kind of is though, because like it's supposed to treat traveler's diarrhea by just like softening your stool, right? But
Okay.
instead, what it does for me is I literally don't poop for like a week.
Oh.
So like
That's tough.
it's kind of like a spell in that sense. Well, no, it's really it's really convenient.
It's a
'cause, you
curse.
know,
Yeah.
I don't feel the urge to use the bathroom during events, so it's really fucking useful in that
Well,
regard.
yeah.
But the day of my run for Fast 52, it was the final event, the finale. I wake up pretty early. I didn't sleep very well. I wake up and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take ashwagandha, which is like this herbal supplement to like make you more calm. Which I'm pretty sure it's placebo, but it definitely makes me less anxious. So as long as the placebo works.
Yeah, as long as it works, who cares? Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's
Just
these
gaslight yourself.
like.
It's fine.
Exactly.
Do I have the box here? I had it somewhere. There's like these sleep pills that like have a bunch of like other herbal things that like relax you, and then there's also 10 milligrams of melatonin in it. And I took
10
one.
milligrams.
Yeah,
Holy
I took
shit.
one because I was thinking to myself, okay, I'm gonna go to the
Jesus.
bathroom. I'm gonna take my ashwagandha. I'm gonna take my Imodium, and then I wasn't thinking, and I just took the fucking sleep pill.
That's tough.
Wow.
That's tough.
Yeah, and then I literally like halfway through the whole like run when like Squeaks took over for Suiji. It was like during Dire Docs. Like I was genuinely struggling to keep my eyes open.
Wow.
You couldn't tell because I was wearing sunglasses during it, but like my eyes were literally fucking dropping on me.
Dude, I just want to say that with the slide, I really wanted to find my shades so I could put on the shades as I was sliding, but I didn't find my shades. I have no
That
idea
would've
where
been
they are. It's
That
a
would've been
mystery.
Fake fan. Fake fan.
I know. I'm fake as fuck. People have been saying it. I guess the most obvious question to ask is how was the event? We know that the Ludwig events are kind of, you know, like they fly you out and stuff. I saw the Blue Sky post. If I'm business class.
Yeah, you showed me that. I was
What
like,
the
"Yeah,
fuck?
Really? That's pretty tight.
Damn.
Okay, you guys want to know the truth?
Okay, go ahead.
that
Go
wasn't
for
my
it.
photo.
Fuck.
That wasn't
Wow.
Because if you look at the photo, it literally like, you know, like every airplane seat in front of you has a pant flip or whatever. If
Yeah.
you look closely, it literally says like United Arab Emirates Airlines or whatever.
Oh, we got.
That's
I
tight.
scrolled for 2 seconds like the post and left. You know what I mean? I just believed him.
Yeah, but no, they either let us book our flights with a travel agent or we could purchase them ourselves and they'd reimburse us. So I do think I probably could have gotten away with first class if I really wanted to.
That would have been
But
hype.
it would have been high, but no, I flew, dude, fucking, I flew in the far ass back of the plane, economy for both my flights.
Damn.
4-hour flight
Wow.
to fucking California, man. It was
Oh Jesus.
it wasn't that bad, but my back definitely hurt by the end of it. It was very
How long
sore.
of a flight
just
was
like
it?
Walking on stilts.
Dox
So I'm in
yourself? Where
Michigan,
did you
so it was
fly
like,
from?
well, I
Wait,
won't
you're
say
in
that.
Michigan?
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
oh
in
boy,
Michigan.
here we go.
Uh
Oh, I'm in
Yeah.
Michigan too. I didn't know that.
Nice.
Oh my god, you guys should
So-
be like best
Well, that- I
friends
didn't
and go
even need
like
to-
get like a cute date brunch
We,
lunch.
we
pod.
hit the unskippable cutscene, folks. We hit
That's what the
unscip-
M in GTM stands
Well,
for.
I-
Now I know.
Detroit
I already know the
Lions.
time
So I won't say what airport I flew out of, but so I flew
Good idea.
from
Yeah.
from Michigan to Chicago, and then it was a 1 hour.
Oh, I'm
so it's
sorry.
like, yeah, so it was like a 1 or 2 hour layover in Chicago,
Oh.
and I accidentally got lost on the way to my gate, so like I ended up being on the opposite side of the airport.
That sounds like the Chicago. It's O'Hare, right? It's not
Yeah, it
one?
was fucking
Yeah,
O'Hare.
that would explain. That would explain it. That would explain it.
So I had to haul ass, and then
Getting
the
your
flight
cardio in
from
for the day.
Chicago. Yeah, I mean, hey, it was pretty convenient because they fed us well there, but I'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
So then it was a flight from Chicago directly to California, and that was like fucking like 4.5 hours. And dude, they took like 20 or 30 minutes on the fucking tarmac when they land. bro.
Yup.
Like, fuck LA.
Yeah, of
Wow.
course. 4.5
And
hour
like,
flight.
I
Make
was
that 5 actually.
Yeah, I was checking my phone, and it's like your plane boards in 30 minutes, and it took like 20 minutes to fucking just get off the plane.
That's tough.
So yeah, shout outs to fucking LAX, man.
Have you been to California before this, or was this?
No,
your first time?
I'd never.
Really?
It was my first time on the West Coast. Yeah.
What did you think about it?
Wow.
The climate's very beautiful. It's very nice. I wish it were like economically viable for the average person. 'Cause I
Fair,
definitely
yeah.
wouldn't mind. I definitely wouldn't mind living there if I could afford it. So yeah, they paid for our flights. They paid for our lodging. When I got to the hotel, I check in and they had a whole ass like letter for me and had my full name on it and had like Fast52 branding on it. And I was thinking like, damn, wait, this is like a letter from the princess, but no, it was just giving us like generic hotel information about like the Wi-Fi. No, it was a nice letter though. I was like, damn, wait, I feel like royalty. I still felt like royalty for most of that weekend. So then I get to my room. That was mostly it. I met up with a couple other runners because we got invited to like the Mogul Moves Discord server, where that's where we did most of the event organizing and just like conversing with other runners. So I met up with a couple other people. A Spectacore is who's a Hitman speedrunner, and honestly, I forgot who else I went with. But
This is absolutely irrelevant to me. I just
no, there was like, I think it was. No, it was visuals. It was visuals. The Hollow Knight and Silksong speedrunning.
There you go.
So we got Jack in the Box because there was a Jack in the Box right next to the hotel. And then we got those in Michigan. So like I felt like a tourist, even though I live in America, just because there's some things that are like exclusive to the West Coast.
Yeah.
Did you go to In-N-Out?
Or they just aren't.
That's what I was gonna ask.
I went to In-N-Out later in the week. It was pretty sick.
Is it as good as people say it is?
It's the best fast food burger. It's not the best burger you're gonna have in your life though.
Fair.
Wow. So it beats
Sounds about
Culver's,
right,
man.
yeah.
You think it beats
Culver's
Culver's?
sucks, bro.
Oh
Dude,
my
are
god.
you a
It's
truther?
it is
GTM truther.
pricey.
It sucks,
Culver's
right?
is mid.
Let's go.
Culver's is mid.
I told these
You
white
said
fucks
mid. That
it's
doesn't mean
mid,
it
bro.
sucks.
Yeah, it's not like it's overrated. That doesn't mean it's bad, but it's like
It's not bad.
That
It's
is fair.
just so overrated.
I don't.
If you think
I
it's
just-
overrated,
It is
I will
over.
live
It
with
is
that.
pretty overpriced.
It's a
I
salt
just like
bar,
my.
bro.
I just like my. Yeah, it is a salt bar. I just like my frozen custard. Okay, that's my shit.
This guy talked up Culver's for, I shit you not, like 2 hours, and then we drove like 40 minutes to go.
We did not drive
I
40
drove
minutes.
40 minutes to go with him.
No, it was not.
Oh, was this
no,
at GDQ?
No,
It
no,
like
was.
in
It was the
Minneapolis?
first one.
It was not 40 minutes. Fuck you.
Okay, sorry. He made me drive 39 minutes to Culver's.
No, no.
All for the most mid-meal I've ever had in my life. I was like, it's just fast food, man. And then he was like, well, you got to get the ice cream. And then I ate it, and then it was just ice cream, man.
Wow.
There's nothing special about the custard. It's just ice cream. It's just ice cream. It's just fast food. He like talked about it like it was this mythical being.
Nestani, you're really ruining my first impression here, man.
You
really
already
don't gotta
had
do
your
this
first
to me.
impression. You called him a cuck like 2 weeks ago, man. Like,
Okay, so look,
Wow,
I'm gonna be
dude.
honest. I think he actually underreacted in that clip.
fair enough.
So obviously, like calling them cucks is one thing. But was I coming at it for the wrong? Was it like right? Like you know how like sometimes like you do like you're in math class and you get the right answer but get there with the wrong equation. Was it one of those kinds of things?
No, it was for the right reason. For not legalizing intro skip. I'm definitely perhaps a little more progressive with my SM64 views. At the same time, like I would use it if it's allowed, but I don't care to push for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Because like it is cool to like maintain that like sense of purity, but I also like don't care about it that deeply.
Yeah.
But also after you've reset LBLJ for the 15th time in a row, and you're like,
it's
I
a
have to
little
sit through
rough.
this minute fucking long cutscene again. Like,
I mean, I enjoy the break of the cutscene.
that's true,
honestly.
yeah, because you are kind of mashing at the beginning, so it can like help
Yeah.
alleviate that a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I get to my hotel room, settle down, and I got there really fucking late compared to everyone else because my parents took me to the airport, and everyone else went at like they got there at like 2 p.m. and I got there at like fucking like 11 or like almost midnight.
Oh,
Jeez.
pretty
so
late.
everyone else was basically asleep. I hardly saw anyone else after eating Jack in the Box.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then the next day,
this is Friday, event day?
Friday is
Okay.
like day
Okay.
one. What I just went over was day 0.
This is
on
Thursday, yeah.
So then the next day, meet up with the boys. We get this Uber. Oh yeah, they also reimbursed us on all our Ubers that we took. Or they're going to.
Base.
I haven't gotten the money back.
Wow.
yet,
Good.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
they
LA.
said it.
That's expensive.
but- yeah, they like passed a tax or something that like basically just makes like Uber more money hungry or something. I think in California.
Weird.
I believe
So
it.
we get to this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Companies wanting more money. I don't. Whoa.
Crazy.
So we get to the building. It was like called Thunder Studios, and they had like a whole ass gate. Like I felt like I was like entering like a fucking like complex, like a prison complex.
You will speedrun here and you will like it. You cannot escape.
Yeah, exactly.
The fucking content combine. Jesus.
That's kind of what it was. if you think about
That's
it.
what CC stands for in
So-
League, bro.
Yeah. I did film a video tour, but I guess I didn't fucking save it, which really fucking
Oh,
sucks
that-
because actually I wanted to show the inside of the venue a bit more. But so we go in to the general area. There's like a giant parking space, and then you like walk for a while, and then there's this dude who's like, I guess like security there. It's just some old dude. So like
Damn.
there's this door here, and then there's just this
They look
giant
like
fucking
Cosmic,
space
or-
here. No.
Oh, okay.
It's a big dude, and remember, Cosmic's like small.
Oh, I get. Yeah, he only got one out of two.
There's a-
He said old, not.
So
not
there's
old
just like
and big,
this
yeah.
this door here, like this tall door, but like it like only covered like a tenth of the other open space that was right next to the door. And then the guy was like, "Yeah, go through here," and it was like a fucking turnstile, but you can just walk around it.
It's just
So I don't know what the whole
decoration.
point of yeah, I don't know what the whole point of having us go through that was, but we go in. There are like a couple like I guess like I don't know what you call them, but like those things to the sides to like guide you,
Sure.
for, like lines and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Walk this
So we get
way.
there, yeah, pretty much. So we get there, and then we're just like, yeah, we're all 10. They give us our badge, and then we're inside the venue. I'm gonna be honest, the lighting was kind of shit
It
inside the
looked
venue.
really dark in there from the.
It was fairly
that's what I was
dark.
gonna say.
Yeah.
But it's just like, well, I mean, California's bright as hell outside, so when you walk in, it's like,
Oh,
It's like
yeah,
walking into like a
yeah.
restaurant, bro, and you're just it's just pitch black in there, and
yeah,
you're like, okay,
yeah,
cool.
exactly.
I'm sure it helped you eat the food more, though. You got the lights
Yeah.
low.
Yeah.
Just steal that catered food.
Oh yeah, so the food, so they catered 4 meals a day to us: breakfast,
Four?
lunch, dinner, and a midnight meal. And dude,
Midnight meal's crazy.
the midnight meals were crazy. They like fucking I think the day after this, me and the boys like went out to work out in the hotel gym a little, and then we went back to someone's room. We were just kind of like waiting for something to happen. And then Trey Bordo, who did 1 star in the 64
Mm-hmm.
relay, was like, "Yo guys, it's almost midnight. We should head over for the midnight meal."
That's a crazy sentence.
So
That's pretty good.
Then we were like, well, what's on the menu? So we find out what the menu was like 10 minutes before it's midnight. And dude, they dead ass. The midnight meal was the last supper. It was so fucking good. Like, I have a whole image saved of what they provided for us.
The last supper is fucking insane.
The last supper is wild, dude.
I'm just
Is
imagining
Jesus
like,
descended
Yeah,
down.
Ludwig's like
Jesus.
Jesus in the middle of the table, and like
yeah, Ludwig in
Ludwig's
the
just like,
in the four and
feast.
like the 1364 apostles, like.
So,
Oh my god.
so I have the
Incredible.
image here of what they served for that night that we went. So it was fresh baked biscuits
wait,
with
send
whipped
it, send
honey.
it in the Discord.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll put it in the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, make us suffer by showing us good food.
It really
it's
just-
nice to see that like the I guess
Jesus.
not I don't know rumors, but like that they're true. You know.
Oh, I thought it was. I thought it was a
Jeez.
picture. This is literally the menu.
Oh.
But like,
Yeah.
still,
That's good enough,
I
though.
also did
Baked
take a picture.
biscuits.
sirloin and
With
Italian
whipped
sausage
honey
meatloaf
butter?
wrapped in bacon, bro. What the fuck?
They even got the vegan entree too.
Wow.
That is
God
insane. Vegan gluten-free
Yeah, they,
desserts. Jesus.
when they asked us, or like they gave us a general like intake form, and they also did mention like if you have any dietary restrictions, just like mention them.
Oh, that's sick.
Pretty dope.
So
Yeah.
Dude, I would have gone
Hell yeah.
nuclear on those garlic mashed potatoes. Holy shit.
Yeah, they're probably
There's
real good,
There's no
dude.
parentheses, so it seems like it's unlimited. There's like 15% of head count. There's half, 15%, and then the roasted garlic. There's nothing there, so you could have just you could have you could have ulted that, bro.
It would have been like a fucking like Kirby situation where it was just like mouth open and it just lifts off the tray and just into my stomach.
So this picture doesn't like show it off that well, but this
Still,
was
though.
some,
That's pretty.
God
That looks
damn.
pretty damn
Wow.
good though.
it was just crazy because it's really convenient that they give us free catering because then I didn't have to fucking go out and like DoorDash anything or just like
Yeah.
go to places half the time.
Yeah, so they just like
And
pay
they-
for your travel, they pay for your lodging, they pay for your food. It's just like, okay, I'm just
Yeah. Well, it was
Shit.
even more clutch because like I think let me see.
well, because LA's so expensive.
That's
too.
true,
Like,
yeah.
Even if you're not
Yeah.
DoorDashing, you just walk to a place.
Yeah, you're still gonna get domed for
They
15.
also said They also said they would reimburse any late night meals between 12 a.m. and 7 a.m. as well. So,
That's crazy.
That is awesome,
yeah,
dude.
I was treated like pretty fucking well, like a king, effectively.
That's
Honestly.
pretty cool.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Was there? I guess this is sort of like because we've been going chronologically, but like, what was it like finding out that you're going to be part of this event? And like, did you have like any of these like expectations for it? Like, I'm kind of just curious.
I knew they would pay for our flight and hotel because they mentioned that like when you applied, but
Yeah.
I didn't know about anything else at that point.
Wow.
And
That's
when
crazy.
I found
Pretty
out
dope.
I got in, like I'm pretty sure I was in the middle of actually I don't remember if I was in the middle of stream, but like I DM'd We Super because he got into the last one as well
Yeah.
for commentary. So like because I figured I'd ask someone with a little experience who like knows what the whole rundown is roughly.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
So I popped the fuck off when I
I
got the
believe
email
it.
saying, oh,
Yeah, I bet.
yeah, because I applied with like 4 other SM64 runners to do like an SM64 block, but unfortunately none of them got in except me.
Mm.
Oh,
So
okay.
I think
that stinks.
yeah, it kind of sucked because a lot of them were also on the content grind and stuff,
Yeah.
and then they just like cold DM'd everyone else who did the SM64 stuff with me.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, it makes sense because they were like also like the top of their game. Like
Yeah.
the people I applied with were like they're still top. They were all still top level who I applied with.
Mhm.
But I guess I mean,
They're
I don't
not
know, I
like
guess it just
number
went,
one
like,
on the fucking leaderboard, right? It's just like
yeah, I guess.
Or like Liam, who they could farm the fuck out of for content.
well, yeah.
Liam is absurdly content pilled, so
That is true.
he makes sense.
Yeah, it was like if they like because they called up Simply for the last one, so having Liam here, I think Liam was at the last one too. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Was he really?
I think so.
I think it was Cheese, Simply, Liam, and
Yeah,
Simple
it was
for
Cheese,
the last
yeah.
one.
But yeah, either way, yeah. And then it was GTM versus the world. I mean, Green Suiji versus the world.
Versus the world.
Yeah. They kept on calling Suiji GS though, which like literally no one does that. Even like
Yeah.
colloquially.
I kind of noticed that when watching it. Yeah.
It's called
Yeah.
Suiji, bro. Like I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
Everyone either calls him Suiji, Green Suiji, or if you're a ball knower, you call him Green.
I was about to make that joke, but I was like, I don't know if that's like kosher because it's like.
I mean, hey, it's more kosher. Hey, GTM, do you know what my name is going to be? I'm going to name change if I ever learn Mario 64 properly. You know what it's going to be?
Oh God.
What?
It's going to be Black Stani, of course. Because I'm going to be just like Green Suiji, but I'm going to be Black Stani. And I think it'll
That's
work out really
kinda fire.
well. Yeah.
That's
What do you
kinda
think?
fire.
Yeah, it's fire? See, that's what I was telling
Yeah.
these guys. And they they didn't.
Well, if you ever do want to learn SM64, I'm your guy.
I might take you
Oh,
up on
shit.
that.
Oh damn.
Yeah, no, he's might. Be careful what you wish for, GTM. He might actually low key.
Maybe I have a couple games
you-
on the docket first, but
Fair enough. Me too. And I still run SM64 instead.
Yeah, no.
that I mean,
Oh, that's
that's true.
Ain't
yeah.
that the truth?
That's
You're
interesting
going
that
for a
you mentioned
record
that.
because you're a future world record holder in the call. Actually, right now, I'm going to call it now. You know, future 2x
Well,
haver.
Yeah, I mean, world record is definitely my goal, but I think it's also just important to focus on like just the solo journey too, because like
Yeah.
because I'm only 20 years old, and when you enter a community at like 13 years old and you find like all these other like older insecure people who are just like trying to be like edgy douchebag dude bros.
The Sonny's laughing because he didn't expect you to say that. I'm laughing because I know exactly what the fuck you're talking about. Sorry, go ahead.
So you're a young teenager. You literally like just turned 13, and you find all these people who are like just shrouding their egos with just like, oh, I'm good at a video game, dude. This guy's so much, but dude, this guy's God. You know, it's just like the whole classic like online video game community thing where like.
Yeah.
It's just weird, bro. It's just like
I mean,
it's.
I got my start. I got my start in the SpongeBob community, so you can probably imagine.
That face.
I feel so validated. That body language validated me so hard. You have no
Yeah.
fucking idea. Not trying to make this about me, but go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So everyone just kind of like worships or idolizes people just because they're good at a game. So then
Super Smash Brothers now. Sorry.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's just about almost any competitive game.
That's
honestly,
true.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just competition, how it works.
Yeah. So then you internalize that as like, oh wait, if I get good, then I'm a good person, or
People will care
something
about
along
it.
yeah, exactly, something along those lines. So then that kind of like over the years, like compounded into like me thinking like I have to be better than this person. I have to get this time so that I'm better than them, so that people know what I'm about. But then it's like from an outsider perspective, it's like someone sees me and is like, oh wait, that guy's solid. Yeah. And they don't think about like he's not better than this person or this person, he's just good.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So I just try to like kind of live like that, because Slippery Nip, who's third place in 16, like that guy,
Legend.
He doesn't think about the leaderboards once. Like he does not care about anyone else in the sense of like being better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's taken me so long to like finally start living that mindset.
Oh, that's totally. I mean, shit. That's something I still struggle with, and I play
Yeah,
games that like people
very hard.
don't run. So it's like, no, I totally get that. I kind of low key wish I had that. So it's a self-awareness thing, right? Because
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Like, but that's interesting. There's something else you mentioned too that because like we have a guest. I'd try to do a little research at least, and like you
He
mentioned
stalked you
kind of,
online.
like,
He's in love
wanting
with
to-
you.
Yeah, no, okay, let's.
Parasocial.
Parasocial.
You need to log off.
How fucking dare I do my due diligence?
This adds a whole other layer to the cuck comments.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay.
He got you with that one. Go ahead. Ask your next question.
Yeah. You know what? I'll take that one. But no, because like because I was like, oh, we got a runner on board, so I'm gonna see what they're like you said what they're about, right? And like you mentioned kind of wanting like at least hinted at wanting to expand into other games, other types of stuff, right? And kind of from an initial like as someone who hasn't yet talked to you. When I look at like something like your SRC and I just see, just focusing on Mario 64, I was honestly kind of surprised that was something you were like interested, if that makes sense. Because oftentimes I see a lot of times if like someone like hard mains a game, especially one that's as hard as Mario 64, like there's like a kind of like a reason for that, because I would assume it requires that
all
level
your all your attention.
level of commitment, right?
All your wherewithal. Yeah.
But I guess so. In that case, if I'm picking up on that, like, what's making you want to consider like expanding to other games or other types of speedrunning?
So I think it's honestly kind of an overstatement that
I could be
Well, no. Like an overstatement that like SM64 has to be your main thing to stay at the top.
Okay.
'Cause, like I think it can be a very large commitment if you want to get to the top, but like I'm already pretty close to the top and my skill like isn't gonna go away like that. Like
Right.
I'm pretty confident. Like if I didn't play for like 5 years, you give me like 5 days to recuperate, like I'm back to where I was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
You don't really lose it. It's a lot of muscle memory, especially in a game like Mario. It's just like as soon as you put it back up, you're there.
Yeah, and I think part of the reason why like so many people who like hardcore main a game is just because like I imagine it's probably easier to stick with what you're familiar with, and especially if you're like enjoying it as well already. Like, why do other things? But for me, I've already played so much SM64, and like I'm not sick of it at all. Honestly, like 7 years in, but I think so much of SM64 just like kind of gets. A lot of people in the community just get sucked into it and they don't really like look into other games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So then like I won't name him, but there's this
name and shame.
Well, no, it's like no,
get his ass.
It wasn't a bad take outright or anything, but so there's this. This isn't the name drop. This is This is related though. So there's this Mario runner, Drogi, Swiss player, Swiss runner. Has made some cool YouTube content. So he made a whole tweet thread talking about like, hey, this is what I've been doing. And basically, he's just been traveling like all over the fucking world and he's just doing side
just
quests
living life, bro.
Yeah.
Rubbing
and
it
then
in.
he ends the tweet with like, I still want to come back to speedrunning though. And then my friend posts that tweet and he's like, man, that's so cool that like even though he's living the life, like what does that say about Mario 64 that he still wants to come back? And it's like that irked me a little bit because it's like
That's a crazy sentence.
because like
Mario's so cool.
You know, yeah, and sorry, I have a
It's the
couple.
melee of speedrun.
Sorry, I just have. It kind of is like the melee of speedrunning in that sense culturally, where like melee players only care about melee
well, yeah,
compared to like playing other fighting games.
that's the joke.
Sorry, I'm gonna rant about this little like
Hey,
just like
fire.
thing
Yeah,
that
no,
irks me.
go crazy.
And it basically is just that like SM64 runners who only do SM64 get so isolated within it that they don't really try out other things, and then they just kind of assume that like Mario 64 is speedrunning. And like obviously I never subscribed to that sentiment myself, and I really felt that like I really felt and understood that SM64 isn't the only thing in speedrunning when I went to SGDQ this year. Because it was like, dude, there were like so many fucking people, and there were maybe like 10 SM64 community members that went. Because,
Yeah.
you know, for the longest time, SM64 had its own event called Pace until earlier this year, where it shut down.
Green Luigi has been robbed, ladies and gentlemen.
So, you know, I went to SGDQ just to meet up with other friends. And, like, over the years, I've also just made, like, friends with other people in other communities that, like,
Right.
that go to GDQ because, like, that's where everyone else goes to. But Pace was, like, pretty much an SM64-centric event.
Yeah.
So I don't like how isolated SM64 runners are from the general speedrunning community, and I think it'd be good to myself, and also good for my stream, and just like good for others that like, you know, I meet new people in new speed game communities, especially smaller ones, just because like, you know, it's fun, it's more tight knit. You do your own like, you know, it's like a whole new journey. Every game's like a whole new journey.
Right. And there's also like if you're into like discovering stuff, there's more viability to discover things.
Exactly.
I mean, you did GTM slide, but like
No, that's a misnomer.
Shh, it's the GTM slide. He made it. But like there's opportunities to like find things and route things if like you find a game that hasn't been routed, like because DECosmic does a shit ton of like routing stuff for like other games, and there's just like there's other ways to play it rather than just be like I am the best at blank. Or I'm trying to be the best, or you know, which is an easy trap, I think.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm in that trap perpetually. I always want to be the best at whatever game I pick up. But hey, you know, there's nothing I can do about that.
Yeah. That's his flavor of mental illness, you know. But like, I think like the other thing too, and I'm you know, I don't expect you to like fully get it until like you actually start picking up other stuff. I find that like coming back to a game I've previously run after learning other games makes me better at the original game, if that makes sense.
I can definitely see that.
And maybe that's just because I also run a lot of 3D platformer type of shit, but it's like learning new games forces you to learn how to learn. So like when it becomes like easier or almost forces you to look at what you've already learned a bit differently and maybe more critically. I don't know if that speaks to you at all yet, because like you know
a little bit because
jump yet. But
I have ran Luigi's Mansion in the past.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah.
Very different. Very different.
Yeah, very, very different. I do love that game just because I played a lot as a kid, but it is so boring to practice.
Wait, what makes it boring? Just out of curiosity. Well, I don't know which
their practice tools aren't that good, and like I was talking to like Kai Runs, who's a top runner, and he was literally telling me like, yeah, some of us are just considering just using Dolphin Emulator with save states to like have more efficient means of practice.
Yeah.
And they do have a practice ROM, but like it's like really inconsistent per Wii because like for some people it functions perfectly. For me, it fucking crashes randomly at, like the most random things. Like I don't understand.
That's so ass.
And it like technically like doesn't load like the AI correctly for some enemies.
Okay. Yeah.
And the other issue.
Sorry, go ahead.
The other issue is that practice ROM is also not getting an update ever because the dude who made it was like apparently he was like an extremely fucking bad person. Like imagine like the worst person ever.
Okay, I'm imagining.
There's one who comes to mind. We alluded to him earlier.
It's kind of weird how that works out because the game that I Scooby that I run, and also I've been learning like modding for like games around that engine, the same as like Battle for Bikini Bottom and stuff. there's like a lot of important tools that just aren't accessible anymore because like the guy who made it got so mad at something that he just took it down so nobody could have it. It's like, man,
Yeah.
why? Like, come on, man. It's weird how that works out, but
I was gonna
Anyway.
ask if the like emulator is different from like how the game runs emulated is different from the console at all. Like,
I think Luigi's Mansion is simplistic enough of a game where that like is such a non-issue in my opinion.
Mhm.
Like I'm not a top
Okay,
runner
yeah.
by any means,
Sure.
but I think that's at least my take. And I feel like once you like play a game on console versus emulator, I feel like you can kind of like tell how different things function.
yeah, because like
Yeah.
that was the thing that like we did for the longest in Frights, Scooby Doo Night Over 100 Frights. Both me and all three of us have played it on this podcast. Jesus Christ!
Except for,
But like how
the guy
I
who
would
was
practice for
talking.
that game would just be with save states. So like it seems like Luigi Mansion's runners are doing the same thing. It's
Yeah.
just the way to do
yeah,
it.
I'm not sure
Honestly.
if emulated runs are allowed. Like if you can post them, I'm not sure about that still because I know that
For-
there's still some games that are like no, and it's like fair enough.
I think
Right,
it
you have
varies
to-
between leaderboards and stuff.
It really depends on the game. Yeah.
Yeah,
I know that like with PCSX2, like a dev for it has said that there is problems with like floating pointers in PCSX2.
Yeah, that would.
So, and like I noticed this, I don't know if it's a floating pointer, but I've noticed too that like a consistent frame rate will make certain things different on console versus
Yeah.
emulator. So, like in 10,000 Bullets, there's a character that has a dash, and she can do this dash like multiple times in a row. And because of the consistent frame rate or probably some floating value in PCSX2, her like MP regenerates faster on emulator than it does on console. So you actually
that's
save
weird.
like 4 seconds on
Damn.
one mission just because of that, because she can do more dashes in the same amount of time. So
Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm unless it like truly does not matter, I'm always kind of one of those people who's like, let's make a separate category or
Yeah.
bin to put this in just
Yeah.
because of, and I I'm sure that matters a lot for like even something like Mario 64. I know that, that's part of the reason I was joking a little bit with calling the cucks thing a little bit. Because I'm
We
also
have
just
to play with lag the way it was intended.
Yeah.
The way
That's what I was
Jesus
gonna say. I was like,
Christ
what do you think about
gave
lag?
us the game.
Can I actually ask you about that? Because that's something I've
Sure.
never really quite appreciated when it comes to the Mario 64 stuff. Is not one, why is there such an emphasis on like N64 as the platform, but also kind of why does no one bother with, not no one bother, but like it's super de-emphasized like Wii Virtual Console or emulator or any other means of getting your hands on the game.
It's not like de-emphasized, like it's heavily encouraged like as a beginner that you try it on
Right.
emulator first, because like dude, console's fucking expensive. Like this whole thing you see here is like probably like around like, actually I got all this shit for free.
Actually,
But-
fuck you guys, bye.
but the value of this could be anywhere between like $150 to like $300.
Yeah, I've seen it for
Not
like
like-
250.
like-
Like,
Like the shell, this was like probably like $80.
Damn.
The stick is like the rest of that price.
yeah,
Yeah.
is it a skill stick type of thing?
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
a bunch
Yeah.
of like different like parts and stuff.
steel sticks are
Um,
crazy.
And then this, so
Forward
we
pad.
switched controllers for Bowser throws, yeah,
Right.
because we don't want to wear out our original controllers and stuff. These have gone kind of cheaper, but like it can be like
think they're
$100
still-
or like
yeah,
80.
80. I
Or,
think they're
or
like 80.
50. Like it depends on where you look, but
Sheesh, man.
so like that's just for 2 controllers.
And you haven't even, like, if you don't have the console, you haven't bought that yet. You haven't bought the game yet. You know, you
Yeah.
just have to hope that you have those.
You want to practice on console? Oh wait, you need the expansion pack as well to use the practice
Yeah.
ROM on console.
Mm-hmm.
It like it's gotten a little better. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
oh,
So
yeah,
like so, some of that has gotten a little better in terms of pricing, but it's still really fucking expensive.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean it's just I think if you go back like 10ish years ago, 8 years ago or whatever, a bit before I started playing in 2018. You'll find a lot more prevalent attitude amongst those people and just like currently older runners where like they don't value emulator as much or like times on Wii Virtual Console as much because the times are faster.
Right.
So it's like
Right.
someone has worse movement but gets a faster time than someone who has better movement on console.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
So that was always like kind of a prevalent attitude. Over the years, the stigmas died down a lot. So there's like, there's
That's
plenty
good.
of emulator runners who are like, they're like, who cares? They're on emulators? Yeah, type shit. They're still good at the game.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
I think a
but-
large thing just from because I'm not a player, but I am a watcher, viewer. I think a big thing just that separates the 60 like the actual console from the other things is that they have to deal with lag, right? And a lot of the OG runners view lag as a form of skill expression. That's a very debated topic, I know, but because there are very hyper specific setups and things that you do with the camera in order to avoid lag, and it is cool in a sense, but it's also like, but this is just a better version of the game over here. So like, what are we valuing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
So I don't think I agree that like it takes skill to like know lag reductions, but I don't think it's a very interesting form of skill expression.
I would agree.
So I've never really cared about that point
Yeah.
that people make. And like so many older runners are like, no, it's a skill, and it's like
It's a boring skill,
know.
bro. Like, I don't know. Like, can we have a more fun skill? Like,
yeah, exactly. I find myself disagreeing with a lot of the older runners who like still hang around in the community because they have a lot more of those like old head opinions where they think like, yep, console's the best. Yep, lag reduction, awesome. It's necessary.
Yeah, I'm gonna be so real. I was
skill.
low key worried going into this episode that, not to disparage against that kind of mindset, that I was like, oh, well, we're gonna have like someone who's really in the Mario 64 space. Oh God, are we gonna have to contend with that kind of mindset? And I'm like,
no.
thank the heavens, we found a normal one.
I'm not going to invite one of those. You can
one of those
tell who they
people.
are. You can generally tell.
Oh my God.
GTM's cool.
Yeah, no. And obviously part of that's on me trying to deconstruct that bias a little bit. But
Yeah,
also it's just
this guy is the biggest Mario racism you'll ever hear in your life. It's kind of crazy. Like, it's really out of 10 at all times. It's good stuff.
Well, and I'm someone who resonates with what you said of like sometimes people who are really in that space think that Mario 64 is what speedrunning is. And I have built my entire like what I do with speedrunning to be like, hey, there is so much more out here, and I like want to show people that.
Yeah,
right.
That's what I want to do as well. Like I want to be like a diplomat.
Diplomat's crazy.
GTM
Just
bridges
fucking
Mario 64 and the speedrunning scene together.
At the fucking speedrunning Geneva convention, just like fucking shaking hands.
That's crazy, Ward.
That's kind of what Fast 52 was like, though. It's kind of like a summit. I know there's the event Speedrun Summit.
Oh
but
God,
Yeah.
Oh God.
we look. All right,
we can talk
all
more
just
about
agree
Fast
that we're probably
52
not-
instead.
I guess
Instead of
Fast
instead of Summit, we could talk about Fast 52
True.
more.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I
Speaking
I
of
don't
Summit,
know.
Zain was at Fast 52.
That's a good transition.
First of all, backing up, how was it coaching Zain? And then also, obviously, how was it meeting Zain? I'm a Melee head. I've been watching Melee for a very long time.
I'm also pretty into Melee. I only got into it 2 years ago, but it's sick.
Oh, okay. Who do you play? Out of curiosity, do you play
Dr.
or
Mario.
Oh, that's my go. That's my. I started with Doc, and then I was like, I'm not good enough to be a Doc player. So for some reason, I was like, Young Link.
And I'm too bad to play the game.
Link.
This is true.
I just watch
so-
everything.
But anywho,
Zain
yeah.
did like a 5-day subathon where he would just like spend pretty much every waking moment trying to learn the 16-star speedrun and get a sub 20. And he had like a bunch of wheel spins to like, extend the stream or like
right.
do funny content for every amount of subs. And he had Simply teach him the game because he'd never played it before.
Right.
And then he had a couple other friends like visit in person to like help him teach stuff. I'm gonna be honest, some of the people he had in person, not the greatest coaches, but they were friends of his, and they had okay advice at times. Just
questionable.
I just kind of thought that I could have taught it better, but that's not the point.
Yeah.
And then like after 3 coaches, then I get in, and we called for like 13 hours, and
Oh my
basically
God, I remember seeing
Wow.
that image too of like the
Yeah.
lasting 13.
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun coaching
God
him. Though.
damn.
It's like it was interesting because it was like I have someone who hasn't played the game before, but obviously they have like probably like a above average sense of intuition when it comes to video games,
Right.
Yeah.
which makes the whole like coaching and learning and applying experience a bit smoother and just like generally more interesting.
Yeah, because you're basically teaching someone who is like the master of learning things at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, we had to iron out a couple bad habits that like didn't get caught earlier on,
Mhm.
which like, because like, you know, again with like the master of learning something, like you really have to set someone straight to make sure they like do the right things,
Right.
like even just
Yeah.
like very basic
Yeah.
fundamental things. Otherwise, like even like 3 days in when you played like what like well over 24 hours in the last 3 days,
yeah.
like,
And then you have this like
bad
super
habits
bad
already
habit.
baked in.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was a lot of fun. I pretty much just asked him to like do everything he's learned so far. So like he just went through the whole run, pointed out some things. Then you know I tell him like, okay, try this. You know, here's a visual cue here, and we did that for like the whole run. And then he did a run, and then he did a lot of runs after that. And I basically just like kept on like verbally reminding him like, but right before he has to go and do another star, like what we went over.
Right.
Right,
Yeah.
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 And you know, I just like generally helping him like try to not like get too tilted or like try to freak out over a mistake. 'Cause it's
Yeah.
like, you know, you got to lock in on the run still, even if you make a
Because
mistake.
especially with like I see this Mario and other 3D plat runs where especially if the like a level is like vertically stacked on itself, like if you fall, it is like the worst fucking.
Yeah,
It's so bad. It's so bad.
it's also a lot more rough when you haven't played the game before as well. If you make a
Yeah.
mistake like that.
And then you have no
'Cause then
idea
you're like-
where to go once you fall. Like even to do it
Yeah.
like the casual way or the normal way. It's just like I don't know how
Yeah.
to do that. So if I fail this, I'm fucked.
So that part it wasn't rough at all. But you know, it's like it gives you a different set of like circumstances that you have to work with and keep in
Right.
mind at all times.
Mm-hmm.
But it definitely didn't make it harder. But no, it was a lot of fun. I got like hella Twitch followers as well.
Hell
which was sick.
yeah.
Nice.
Hell,
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
The bump.
Yeah.
So then meeting him in person then at like Fast
Well, I'd already
52 then.
met him in person before at a Smash tournament.
Oh,
the
really?
Big House. Yeah, the final
Oh,
Big House.
Big
they
House.
did.
Okay.
Yeah, in 2023, which we didn't know it was gonna be the final one, but it ended up being the final one.
Yeah.
And it was really
Mango
funny.
didn't win, and it was very sad. Anyway.
It was really funny though because I was in his chat and I was like, "Yo, do you remember this photo?" And it's a selfie that I took with him. He's like, "Oh my god, we met." I didn't know that. And he felt so bad.
I mean, it's like a fucking bajillion people, dog.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and like he didn't know who I was back then. at
Yeah.
all, I'm pretty sure. So then Fast 52 happens, and he actually extended his Mario-thon to day 6, basically, where he raced Ludwig because I guess Ludwig wanted to race him, and Ludwig was so confident in thinking that he could beat him because like he does have a better 16 PB than him. I don't remember what the time
But
was, but he does have a better
played
time.
in like forever. Like,
And he hadn't played in like years, and he was still confident that he could beat him. So
That's-
so then
that's that
Ludwig
white
ends
boy
up rage
confidence.
quitting. Yeah, Ludwig ends up rage quitting because like Zain just like decimated him.
Elwig.
and then he waxes Zain in melee.
Yeah.
Waxes, I say. He gets one stock. Like,
And then he ends up getting the sub 20 on stream, and the whole shtick with the race was that if Zain lost, then he has to go to Ludwig's Fast 52. And then after it was over, I didn't know this until after it was over, but I was like, wait, Zain, I'm gonna be there. And he was like, what? And then so he ended up going anyway.
I was surprised
Um,
that he showed up.
I was also a little surprised, but I was very pleasantly surprised to see that he went, because he mentioned how like he hasn't been to an event purely for fun in like ever, pretty much.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
Because he's always going to tournaments, and you know you're probably like fucking tweaking being at a tournament, knowing you have to perform well.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
But no, it was very cool. And, you know, I felt very cool when I walked up to him and he said, "Yo, dude, I went because of you," and I was like, "Because of me."
Damn.
It's like,
That's
hell
awesome.
yeah. That's
This
dope.
is like the.
When did you find out that it was going to be like you versus like the whole like relay thing? Was that like
Yeah. that's what I was-
premeditated
So-
or
Premeditated.
was
it premeditated murder or was it?
It was a little haphazardly put together. Honestly,
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So like I get the email and I'm like, oh shit, I'm in. And then I DM all the other people I applied with. I'm like, you guys get an email? And they were like, nope. And then I found out that Trey got followed back by Ludwig because he just like posted about it on his Snapchat story, and he never posts on his Snapchat story.
Oh God!
This is a really fucking roundabout way to find
Snapchat whiplash, bro.
So like he just posted a screenshot saying like Ludwig Ogren follows you, and then I'm like, the hell? And he's like, yo, dude, he invited me. I was like, oh, okay. So, because this whole time with the email in mind, I was like, okay, I'm just going to do, I guess, a 16 showcase run at the event.
Yeah.
And then I find out that Trey gets in. I'm like,
Question mark?
Because Trey's been on the 1-star grind for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
And then Trey was telling me that like Liam's also going. And then I asked Liam, like, hey, man, I heard Trey's going. I heard you're going. I'm like, well, what's the deal? And then and Liam was like, you don't know the plan? And then then he showed me.
That's of all time. What the fuck are you talking about, dude?
So then
you just
Liam
don't get
shows
it, do
me a screenshot of a DM with Ludwig that actually explains what the hell we're doing.
God.
Bruh.
And then I was like,
ouch.
Wait, that's sick. But also, this is a really roundabout way to find out.
Yeah, it's like you could have just said in the email or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Then I get invited to the Discord server for organizing. I was like, hey guys, you know, it's me, Liam, and Trey in here, but like, where's Ouija and Suiji? And they're like, yeah, we're still trying to go through the list of people to contact, and it was like 2 weeks out at this point that the event was gonna start.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm like, all right, so these two clearly don't know that it's happening yet. So I literally just gave them the rundown. I'm like, hey guys, did you know about this? And they're like,
it just holds up the scroll.
And they're probably like, no.
And they look at it and they're like, the fuck? I haven't been contacted for that.
I'm doing this apparently.
Bro.
Okay.
And then I was like,
that's me.
So yeah, you're probably gonna get contacted for this soon. And they were like, oh, okay, this is really soon though. Unfortunately, it wasn't a problem for them because we're all like employed gamers.
Well, yeah.
So that makes scheduling less of a pain. But then I go into the Discord server and I'm like, hey man, you know, I'm noticing the Luigis aren't here yet. You know, maybe could I expedite this process? And they were like, yeah, you know, if you got their contact, sure. So then I invite them, and then we get the ball rolling.
You got their contact.
Nice.
Bro, just DM them on Twitter or something. Like, I don't know.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Jeez,
so, I
Louise.
don't know. I think they might have had a little too much stuff scheduled, was the impression I got. Because there were a couple people I noticed in the server that were like given the role of a runner that just didn't like appear in the schedule at all and didn't go.
Oh.
That would
Unless that was
suck.
backup and they just kind of lumped everybody together.
Well,
in like the same
I
runner
imagine
role.
part of it probably had to have been scheduling concerns too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny too because I had a couple of friends in another server I didn't get into the event. Satan herself, who did PVZ Peggle, and also
Peggle.
Anarchy,
Yeah.
who did Uno Bingo.
Yeah.
And literally, I was in the call with Anarchy when she got the email, and this was like, I want to say like not
Like,
even
it-
like
it was Monday.
It was Monday. It was like 5 days before. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? And Anarchy specifically was like, hey, you know I put in Bingo or Uno on the forum because I thought that'd be really funny. You know, I run other games too. Like, I run real games. Like, you know, I do Wolfenstein.
They're like,
or
no,
whatever.
we want
And they're
Uno.
like, no, Bingo's. They're like, no, Uno's cool. And she's like, okay, so, I'm still
running
just reeling
Uno.
over the. Yeah, you will play Uno at gunpoint.
So Anarchy
But-
had the oldest Xbox known to man for that run, apparently.
So when you were like planning all this out, so you kind of already knew, like they already determined like you're going to be doing 16-star
Mhm.
already, just straight out the gate. Okay.
Yeah. Shuichi has all the world records, so you can just kind of
Do that. He's just
Bring
like
Luigi
slot
versus
where
the
needed.
world. Wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
I do think that was a sick idea. Like,
it was
pretty
yeah,
cool.
awesome
I
idea.
did not expect that because like because at some point I saw all the names, I was like, oh, they're just gonna do like, because I saw like your name, Liam, and everyone's name. I was like, oh, they're just gonna do like, you know,
a relay of all the categories.
yeah, of all the categories. Like, you know, like Trey's gonna do like 1, Suiji's gonna do 0, etc. And then it was just like, no, and I was like, oh, okay.
Well, yeah, and then I forgot to mention the part where like for every $1,000 raised, Squeaks take over for Suiji.
Yeah, that was fire.
That's
that was
so
fire.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually a little unsure about that idea because I was like, that, you know, it is for charity, but just a relay would also be cool. But no, it was definitely the better choice, like superior choice to have Ludwig and Squeaks take over. Yeah.
Yeah, for the money.
And it was still really close at the end anyway.
Damn.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was.
Because didn't you all like damn near like double the money during that fucking relay?
I think we made something like at the.
It was a lot.
We made like 50 or 70K during the SM64 section.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Which is another thing is that so I had to fucking like kind of heckle. Well, okay, maybe not heckle, but like
What? Crazy. Okay, go ahead.
So
speak on that.
So B ran 120 star at SGDQ this year.
Yeah. You were on couch.
And-
You were on
right?
couch. Yeah.
Yeah, I was on the
Okay.
couch for that. And I was like, hey, you guys should make an announcement about this in the Discord. And they didn't fucking ping everyone for it. And I was like, dude, because like, I don't know what their whole thing is with the games committee. But like SM64 only gets in every year or every other year
Yeah.
Yeah.
or like every 2 years or whatever. And I was thinking like, man, you know, if the SM64 community really pulled up this year with like a brand new face, not like Cheese or Simply or Punke doing 120 star, like
Yeah.
and they donate a bunch of money, like this could be huge, right? Like maybe
Right,
maybe they'd want to get us in next year because you know SM64's got some Oilers, I can't lie.
They did. Yeah.
But they didn't ping it. Like
They didn't fucking ping for his run.
God.
And that's like, dude, literally every other speedrun like we're already trying so hard to be different for no fucking reason. Why aren't you trying to just like why? So then, you know, I asked a leaderboard mod and they were like, you know, I'm down for it, but let's have a discussion with the others.
Let's have a discussion. Where have I heard that
Discussion
before?
about saying
Oh my
everyone
God.
donate to this
You're giving-
charity.
you're-
Like what?
You're giving me SpongeBob War flashbacks, bro. Like you're giving me SpongeBob War flashbacks.
That's crazy.
It's kind of fucking annoying how that is. Like, I don't think like it's that bad overall, but it's like,
Do we need to have a discussion over that? Like a discussion?
Yeah.
Shouldn't that just be like,
I'll-
sure?
look, all I'll say is because like I could get into it, but then it's like,
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
it's, basically all I'll say is that
We can get into it
nothing
after.
nothing ever fucking happens basically half the time.
Yep.
Sounds familiar.
So, but then we do have a discussion, and then everyone's pretty much like everyone, but like 3 like elders were like, no, I don't want that. But majority rule. So
Not the
No, I
elders.
don't want.
yeah, not the elders. Fucking God,
Uh,
it was mildly annoying.
You
to put
gotta
up with.
bring back elder abuse. Like it's been, you know.
And
it's
then-
like,
So then they do ping everyone for the run, thank God.
okay.
And then I check lobby, which is like the name of the general channel in
Yeah.
that server, and there were like maybe like 3 or 4 people complaining, and they were all like fucking like shitters. I'll call them that.
Yeah. No.
It was just like it was just 3
Oh,
shitters
yeah.
going like, never fucking ping in here again, bro. And like, dude, these are people who have not
Whatever.
ran the game.
yeah, they're just
in, like,
losers.
years. And like I know them because like I did like know them when they ran the game at one point. Like they weren't like losers, but it's like, dude, just
Well, no, they
Well,
sound like
no,
losers to
they,
me.
they sound like losers now. You know what I mean? If you
Yeah.
complain about that, it's like, come on, man.
Come on.
Like,
You could just like. There's a way to turn off.
Yeah, I was about to
server.
say
Yeah.
there's muting.
and like the other thing is like not everyone has like all the forms of social media to stay up to date with stuff, so they
Yeah.
might not even know that something's going on.
Yeah.
yeah, and also it just
Um,
makes sense for when a game gets on a big stage like GDQ or Fast52, like ping it
Yeah.
and where your community is, right? Where
Yeah.
most people
Yeah.
are that care about the
Right.
game. Yeah, ping it. Like that's what they're
I'm-
there for
I'm-
because you care about the game, presumably.
Yeah.
So, but you know, maybe they
And
don't
like
care about the game.
I've also seen just like smaller game communities, like when they get highlighted on GDQ Hotfix, they ping for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it's like I wouldn't have known that was happening otherwise.
Yeah, literally, Lanista like added like DK himself, the dev,
The guy who made the video game. Yeah.
he added
Or the guy who
everyone
made
for
the
the
vi-
Flame Fatales run like a couple weeks ago or a month ago or whatever. And
Yeah.
it's just like, yeah, I don't know. That's just crazy to me. That's maybe I won't play Mario. I'll just won't join the Discord. Actually, I'll be fine. I just want.
I couldn't imagine being in a server that big, or even just the community that big.
Well, that
Like,
was
it's just-
part of their concern, is that like it is a really fucking giant server, and like people are bound to complain. So like I understood that part, but it's like it's only a net positive to ping was my whole point.
Yeah. And it's also like
Yeah,
it's
I
for
mean,
like charity. You know what I mean? Like it's like
for charity.
Exactly.
it's different when
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
like if it was a hotfix show, sure. You know what I mean? Maybe not.
Yeah, I'd get not pinging, like,
Yeah.
announce but don't ping, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
you don't know when something like a Fast 52 is ever going to happen again.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Like
Yeah.
that event is genuinely like it's kind of one of a kind in the sense that like they
It is,
pay
yeah.
they fly out all their talent, they pay them, they feed us.
Yeah.
The production team was
Insane.
stellar. They were like immediate they were immediately accommodating with like any logistics. Like Juna, who I knew from like Melee and just like he also does a bunch of other production stuff.
Mhm.
Okay.
I hit him up like a billion times because it's like so in SM64, a majority of the community, including myself, plays on like gaming monitors with low latency using a
Oh,
RetroTink.
okay.
And that kind of adds for like some variance in like input delay and how it feels,
Right.
which kind of sucks when you're at a live event because it's like, well, I'm not trying to buy a whole fucking checked bag
Yeah.
for just my
Right, to
monitor.
bring your monitor in. That would be
Like,
crazy.
So I don't bring my monitor to events, but fortunately, my monitor feels the exact same as just about like any CRT at events.
Okay.
And they obviously they had CRTs and stuff.
Right.
But the monitors that Trey and Ouija and Liam were going to use, like they all liked their monitor. Like, yeah, this feels perfect. And dude, they were trying to gaslight me. They were trying to psyop me so hard. They were. I know I'm not crazy.
Oh my
Because I was like, no,
They're playing
dude,
on
this
laggy
feels,
setups, bro. I don't know.
They might be, but like the thing is, like Trey uses like the 27-inch model of my monitor, and mine's a 24-inch, and he was like, "No, dude, it feels perfect." And I'm here thinking like, "No, dude, no, you're full of shit."
Give me the CRT. Give me the CRT, bro.
Yeah. So then Juno like takes me backstage. It was actually pretty cool, like being backstage and seeing all that stuff. He takes me backstage, and he shows me like the Trinitron that they could provide for me. And then I was like, okay, I'll try this out. And like, I mean, it was nice, but also fucking huge. And then I see that there's this other CRT that I tried playing on. It was like I think it was a Sylvana CRT. So I set that up right next to fucking just Zain and Josh, man, doing friendlies right next to me.
What the fuck?
Because I just wanted to try out the TV. And then I was like, okay, Juna, is it cool if I use this one? And then he comes over and specs and he's like, yeah, you're fine. and then I find out that someone brought a Sony PVM.
Okay.
Because ZFG wanted to try it out for his run, and he ended up not using it for his run. So I was
Okay.
like, so then I'm like,
It's just looking over
Juna,
there.
It's just
Juna,
like, hey.
yeah, no, it was literally just sitting there, and I was like, ha ha.
Could I use this maybe?
And so I asked Juna, like, okay, I know I've like changed TVs like twice now, but hear me out. And he's a ball knower, so like he gets the whole deal with PVMs, and he's like,
Right.
yeah, you're good. So I finally landed on a CRT I liked because I've had experience on PVMs at events specifically.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, all right, yep, this is the deal.
And it seems
So-
like it worked, other than for the slide.
Oh, yeah.
We don't talk about
Yeah.
the slide.
Yeah.
But Fire Seed
Yeah,
BLJ, that was crazy. I
And
can't believe
sign
both
clip.
you
Yeah,
and Suichi hit that.
That's
Yeah,
That was
crazy.
fucked up.
I like jump kicked a frame too early, otherwise I would have hit the rest of the cycle as well. But at least I got
Mhm.
the launch, which is what I was most worried about.
Yeah.
And like that whole week I was like kind of stressing and like tweaking really bad because I was like, oh man, like I just kind of want to go
I would believe so.
home. Like, yeah, because like I mean I was kind of in like a depressive mood leading up to it. Like I feel fine now because I
That's
got
good.
to hang out with friends and
Yay.
so I'm doing a lot better. But like when I got there, I turned to Ouija and like I'm just texting him like, dude, I don't want to be here at all. Because because I see like Trey just like shooting the shit with a bunch of the other runners, and I'm like, this could be a great opportunity to like meet some new runners, make new friends, like expand my network a little bit.
Mhm.
And Trey's doing it just like effortlessly, and I'm like, like I wasn't angry that he was doing it, but I was like jealous because I was like, man, like I want to do that, but like I don't have the energy to try.
It
that
should have
right
been
now.
me. God damn it. Yeah.
And fortunately,
I feel
my
that.
energy levels did pick up toward the end, and I was a lot more social at the end.
Mhm.
But then Ouija tells me that like Trey just says he fakes it until he makes it. So that also kind of like comforted me, because it's like, well, shit, he probably doesn't feel like the most confident either, but he's still trying anyway.
I think also it's just kind of valid because, like, as much as, we like to poke fun at SM64 here, like, it is, like, unironically a lot of pressure because you are closing out the event with, like, that. You're basically the headliner,
that's the big
right?
thing.
Like,
Yeah.
you're closing out the event, like, all eyes are on you, you know what I mean?
And it's like a speedrunning event, but it's also like a lot more normie focused, because it's like, at like a GDQ, you go to something like a GDQ and everyone kind of like, you're all on kind of the same page as to,
Yeah.
like, what the vibes are. But, it's also like a ticketed event, which I
Yeah, and
still
it's just
find
like
slightly humorous.
normies are looking at you, but it's just like a different like scale, I think. Like, even though like GDQ is GDQ and it is a giant scale, like I don't know, I just feel like it's a little bit different because you have just like, it's more like focused, I think, because GDQ it's like this whole big 7-day event, and then here it's like 3 days. And so like it kind of narrows it a lot, I think.
Yeah, it narrowed it a lot, and it made it hard to like enjoy the entire event completely, because like
You're just stressed.
I wish I watched. Yeah, I was
It's, like,
pretty
looming.
stressed throughout it.
Yeah, because
and
your
then,
run's at the end of the damn thing. Like,
but then like I get there like the day of, like I slept pretty poorly. Unfortunately, like I also left the venue way too late. Like it was like we had to show up at like 8:30 at the
Mhm.
latest
God.
to like make sure everything was set up correctly. And I woke up at I left the venue the night before at like 1 a.m. And then I wake up around like 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. and I couldn't go back to
no.
sleep.
And then
That's
you take a
tough.
melatonin.
Yeah, and then I popped the melatonin. Right
Dude,
It's all downhill, man. Oh,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
So not the greatest lineup of circumstances, but then
It worked
I
out,
get
though.
there.
It worked out.
Yeah, it worked out pretty well, surprisingly. Like my body and mind just like decided to lock in like right before I had to play, which is like
Yeah, I was gonna
probably
ask
the
like,
best
what you were
time.
feeling before.
Yeah. I mean, to be
yeah,
fair,
so-
you are like walking around in complete darkness, and then you get on the stage, and that's where all the lights are, and so it's just like,
And
wake
then
up!
you throw on sunglasses. Like,
Yeah, it's a little misleading. It wasn't like total darkness, but it was fairly,
I know.
it was
I
fairly
know.
dark.
I was just poking fun.
Yeah,
especially compared to like the GDQ stream room, where like, especially when you're on stage, it's like when that one like meme where like Carly Shay and iCarly walks into the apartment.
Yeah,
and just gets
yeah.
Flash Bay like. "Ah!"
It's like
But
it's like in like fucking shows where they like knock out someone and then they wake up in darkness in an interrogation room. They're just blasting light.
The light on them. I guess just like one kind of final question. This is kind of for everyone. How did we feel about the event, like overall? Because leading question, I think it was cool. I feel like this event, and this is my hot take, is that I think this event was way better than the last one, because I feel like it distinguished itself more as its own like thing.
Yeah.
And what I mean by
It was
that
also
is
open
that
to the public.
Yeah, it was open to the public, but I think the main thing for me is that like the first one was, it kind of felt to me like a GDQ copycat, which isn't a bad thing by any stretch of imagination, but it was very like speedrun. But like this one, it like, I feel like they lean into like the whole like challenge thing a lot more, which I thought was really cool, because it wasn't just like, here's a bunch of speedruns. It was like, here's speedruns, and then also Ludwig and everyone like just eating hot dog and racing for like no reason, just like random shit.
Yeah.
And even like the other things, like the Wikipedia race or whatever. Just I thought it was way more of like a Ludwig event like this time, rather than just like a GDQ kind of speedrun event, which I think benefited. I think this one was a lot more fun to watch.
I think a lot of people, for some reason, people say like GDQ is like really corporate, and like having gone to one, it's like, I don't really agree with that
No.
sentiment that much. Like,
No.
it's very high
Not
quality
even
production though.
Yeah.
I will say,
Yeah.
like both events were, but it's like I just feel like a lot of the people saying like, yeah, this was GDQ before it was really corporate, and like,
Dude.
key, all the people who say that shit, they're literally just bigots, like with a
Yep.
silencer on.
Dude,
You were
dude,
just
I
talking
literally-
about that
I literally
today.
sent a screenshot like fucking like 2 hours ago of someone saying that. I was like, we could probably bring this up on the podcast, but they're basically like, yeah, this feels like old GDQ, and I'm like, yeah, it probably feels like old GDQ because new GDQ actually shows you really underground games now, and not just all the headliners. You know, there's a big part
Yeah.
of
And
that.
the
you
other
know?
thing too is like they're like, oh, this reminds me of how it's not old GDQ, it's how old GDQ made them felt. Because if you go back and watch old GDQ, a lot of that stuff that isn't the highlights is kind of shit. It's just like, I hate to say it, but it's kind of true. So it's
just
like
nostalgia,
exactly
bro.
what GTM said. It's like, oh, I finally feel like I can say slurs again. It's just like that's what it is.
Whoa!
So,
no
so
one said
if
that.
when I hop on the mic at some point during during the relay, I literally like I think I either was about to swear, I drop a swear, and then I'm like, "You wait, Ludwig, can I swear?" He's like, "Yeah, it's my stream, dude."
I remember that. I remember
Yeah.
watching that part. Yeah, yeah.
So
He's like, I don't fucking care.
that is the one edge over GDQ that they had is like, you know, I like they market themselves to be a bit more family friendly, which is like, you know, type shit. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
But also, I really like swearing out of habit. So-
Yeah.
So it was
think
really
If I
just-
it just gives it
I
another
was gonna say-
layer, you know. It also like feels.
Yeah.
I think that's also part of the thing. While it feels more real and like grassroots, it's like, is it really just the cussing guys? Like, I don't know. Like,
It might be.
I honestly, I kind of do think like the cussing, the swearing is
Yeah.
it has to be a little bit of part of
I
it.
mean, I think it definitely
Yeah.
adds to it. You know.
yeah.
I think at the same time, like I will say as well that like part of my pushback on that is like by not like I feel like limitation breeds innovation, and by like when people don't have that crutch of being able to swear, it kind of forces people to get like more creative. I don't think
Yeah.
people do a good job with that necessarily with that opportunity of limitation, but
Mhm.
I think they're like by not having that fallback, it's led to some really funny fucking shit.
Yeah, I know. I don't.
And when it does
exactly-
slip by accident, it's really funny
Yeah.
because they're not supposed to. Because they're not supposed to, right?
I don't remember what GDQ run it was, but like someone was telling me like it was like a bit to like say amen after something in the run, and then they ended up like saying like "ah fish" instead, and it was like a billion times funnier every time they said it on the stage.
That's
So
fair.
so yeah. So limitation definitely does breed innovation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also think
I
it's
don't
just
know.
different too because like, you know, GDQ does have like high profile people, but they also don't have Ludwig and like Squeaks and you know Stans and like some of these like
Yeah.
really big like Shermers,
People.
and so I think that also obviously gives them like a different edge and just a different vibe, just because like because like they did the same thing as they did last year where they tried to have like one of the high profile people like on the mic or near the run or like for most of the event, right? And so like when you have these people that are like super like camera like that knowers, you know what I mean? Camera ball knowers,
Yeah.
as they say.
Ball knowers. Yeah.
No one says that. I just made that up. But like, you know, when you have
I didn't
that
know cameras
talent
had
on screen
balls.
all the
That's crazy.
time, it can carry like people who maybe aren't as comfortable on thing versus like something like GDQ where you have a lot
Yeah.
of that, respectfully, of people that don't really know like how to like function on the thing, which is like fine. And it's obviously way easier to do that on that scale because it's it's not 7 days, you know what I mean? 24,
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah.
a lot, it's a lot of scope. So it's not GDQ's fault, but I think that like, it's just like a format benefit of the Fast52 is the shorter. So you can like, and then also when it's shorter, like the like Ludwig or whoever, they can stay up for longer because they know that, oh, I just have to grind out these like 3 days and then after that I can chill, right? It's harder to like
Yeah.
I'm gonna grind out 7 days no sleep, like bro, like
I mean, no, dude, they were up till like midnight and then showed up around like 8 a.m. Like I saw
Damn.
Squeaks walk in, like
Yeah.
bro had a coffee in his hand. He had to hop on the stage shortly after. Like
mhm.
no, they fucking Ludwig stands. I think there were a couple other people, but that, you know, them three, they were on there like pretty fucking like,
Yeah.
pretty much all day.
I guess my only big thing that hasn't been brought up yet with Fast 52, and we've kind of alluded to this throughout the podcast, is just like how thrown together it was. I think it's like it has the opportunity to do like push it even further and be something even more amazing, but they just don't
Market it very well.
They don't market it very well, and they don't put enough time into the,
you know, not to pocket watch or anything, but it was kind of surprising that like I think like during the relay race, I think like he dual streamed, so I don't know how much the YouTube was at, but the Twitch was only at like 15K, 16K, which is like a lot. It is a lot. Yeah. But like I'm pretty sure Fast 50 did better. But yeah. It was just interesting that like it didn't have that much of a pull this time. But I think that's just goes to your statement of just like, yeah, I feel like if you put just literally just a bit more eyes, just have the schedule release a week before the event and not a day and a half before the event.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like at least create some build up, and also, you know, the original date, you stick to it. And not push it back 3 months. You know, it's just tough. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Well, no,
but
so
it's also
thing
just a
is,
thing
like,
where. Sorry, I have one more thing. I think it's also
It's
a thing
okay.
though where it's not like, I don't blame him for it not being as big of a priority this time, considering how fucking shat on he got on last year when he did this. You know what I mean? Because he did do with a lot of shit. So I was surprised he came back at all, to be honest. But anyway, what are you gonna say, GTM?
Fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so the form to apply for runners to submit. So the dates on that were the dates for last year's Fast 50.
Yeah, I remember.
And then
that.
I didn't even realize that the dates had changed until Ludwig announced in like a 50-second Twitter video, like, hey, these are all the events I'm doing for the rest of the year and all the dates. And
that's when everyone else found out too.
Yeah, exactly. And then they change it to be a week ahead. So and I
nightmare.
But hey, it's was kind of like just strung together very quickly. But at the very least,
it was really good fucking event.
It was really fucking good, and they treat their runners like royalty. So
that's pretty cool.
So it kind of evens out, and I think if more of my friends went, I'd probably say that was probably my favorite event ever. But I think.
Wow.
Because I've been to 4 paces and SGDQ and now Fast 52.
Was SGDQ your first GDQ?
Yeah, it was my first GDQ ever.
Wow.
And it was probably like the best week of my life just because of like the fun personal things that happened that week.
Mm-hmm. I feel like GDQ is way less about the event itself and more about just hanging out with your friends for a week, you know.
Exactly.
It's a great excuse.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all were pretty much like in that room like the whole time, right? Like people didn't really venture too far outside of the event at Fast 52.
Yeah, it was a pretty big room.
Okay.
It was kind of comfy. Like they just had like couches. Like I feel like at GDQ, it's like here's these folding chairs, and then like there, it's like let's have these couches.
It is just you know.
They had a bunch of couches, a bunch of bean bags, a bunch of just like cool furniture. They had a rocking chair, which I thought was cool.
That's fire.
A couple cool tables.
Yeah, it's so the runner on deck can like stim before their run, so they don't like get too into it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I also didn't realize this until someone pointed it out, but I was sitting in the jouch, the jean couch.
Oh, the jouch. GDQ could use a jouch.
It was a chair. It was a jean chair. And then the front stage.
They went to Jared. Holy shit.
And then the front stage where I sat on when I was like commentating next to Ludwig and stuff, that was the fucking jouch.
Oh, okay.
So they had 2 fucking jean like articles of furniture.
Just randomly, just for fun. Like, why not, you know?
For joy and whimsy.
It was pretty fire. I can't lie. But yeah, I
can't imagine sitting on a jouch and then commentating next to Ludwig.
Oh, I sure didn't. Well, I couldn't imagine the Ludwig thing, but I've had jouch experience before. So.
He's a joucher.
I'm a ball. When it comes to jouch, I'm a ball knower. What can I say? You know.
I think SGDQ 2025 and Fast 52 are probably like tied, or like one's a little better than the other in terms of like event quality and event fun.
Yeah.
And then all the paces right beneath it. Like I still had fun at all the paces, but like
it's pace, you know. It's like
they robbed Green Suiji, and I cannot forgive them.
He did get his money eventually.
he did.
Thank God.
But yeah, like the paces were
Robbing a
fun,
child.
but the area sucked. But it was the same type of the OGDQ where it's like it's more about the friends more than anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I guess this is where I wrap the podcast. Do we have anything else we want to say about the
I guess-
event? Any last things before we
Yeah,
wrap?
I don't know if it was anything about the event, but I just wanted to give like GTM the opportunity. I know you were talking about like some like content stuff and like networking. I just wanted to know kind of like what's now that Fast 52 is behind.
Oh yeah, what's your
kind of-
roadmap, bro?
What's your
next?
roadmap? What are you thinking about?
Leaks?
I'm gonna coach Black Stani to a 16 record.
Holy shit! Yes, dude.
Oh no, he's gonna make me play 16.
Fuck.
Oh my god. I think the main thing that comes to mind is just like since June this year, like I've been pretty spotty with streaming the last couple of years. Like 2021 was my breakout year because that's when I got Twitch partner. That's when I entered like top 5 and 16 for the first time.
Yeah.
And then I kind of fell off after that because I got into a relationship and that just ate up all my time.
Ooh,
and then,
that you hate to see it.
That'll do
L
it. Yeah.
relationship. I would never have one of those.
So then I was
There's
really
an L in the middle of a relationship. Yeah, that's true.
then I was really inconsistent with streaming, and grinding, and like I would have periods where like I get a couple PBs and then there'd be hype around me again, and then I just fall off and stream really inconsistently. But since June, I've been really really fucking consistent.
You've been
with
very
streaming
consistent.
and grinding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just trying to keep that up because like I want to break the pattern that I've had in years prior where like
Break the
I'm
cycle.
consistent. Yeah, break the cycle where I'm consistent for a while and then I fall off. So I'm gonna try really hard to keep streaming regularly, keep just doing the 16 grind. So roadmap in that sense is try and get a 1439 and then spend like a couple weeks learning other games. Like I want to learn SME 180%. I want to learn Yoshi's Story. I want to come back to Luigi's Mansion still.
Yoshi's Story would be fire.
Yoshi's Story is for ball knowers. I
Yeah, I want to learn how to play Minecraft. I want to learn Celeste, maybe Hollow Knight.
Okay,
So
okay.
Hell yeah. Got a
Wow.
Rolodex there.
Yeah, top tiers only, but I respect it.
You
are on the journey, man.
No.
Have you heard of a
Stuart
video
Little
game called Stuart Little 2 for the PS2?
Nope. We don't have to subject.
How about
You
Scooby-Doo
don't have
Madden
to
100 Frights?
No,
know?
no,
Then
no, I'm
four
gonna
of us
stop
in
you
the
right
call
there.
could play that.
I
And then
mean,
it's just cosmic.
I'm kind of down. I don't know. Like,
Don't play that
sounds
game.
like
It's
it could be
terrible.
fun.
Hey,
Ouch.
whoa.
And then the other game that I also do want to learn, but it'd be pretty fucking long, is Paper Mario.
Oh yeah,
Interesting.
That's
Oh,
like
no
a-
way, really?
Yeah.
That's gonna take you like a month or
Yeah, I
two.
love Paper.
God, that game's fucking hard.
It's hard, but like, I don't know, the movement looks really fun, even though it's really simple. Just like taking
Yeah.
tight lines, like
Yeah.
so that's my roadmap. And then in terms of
Randomizers
just
are
like
pretty fun.
streaming, like I need to get better when it comes to just like, because like I have a like even before this event in SGDQ, like I've had a good amount of just like general connections with people. Like I need to reach out more. I need to collab more with people. I just need to talk to people more and be like,
Yeah.
because like
Yeah.
I am, because I'm an employed gamer streamer. Like I have so much time to literally do anything, and I would be more than happy to literally just like teach like anyone that I know decently enough, or anyone who's like a streamer, like how to do 16 star.
Yeah.
Which also applies to everyone in this call as well. Like if you guys are trying to learn,
Jaxler.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
Is this the universe?
I do think though, like, not to like super derail,
Sorry.
but like I do think that like when you have so much time though, it can be hard to be like, what the hell do I do with this? Like,
Yeah,
I almost feel like a job in a way.
Yeah.
At least for me,
that's
like,
how I've been.
I feel more consistent like when I'm employed, because I'm just like, okay, I have this amount of time to do what I want, and then I have to do it, or it doesn't get done. You know,
Yeah, you value your time more when it's limited.
but it should
I
be
think-
exciting. Should
Yeah,
be
I think
exciting
that's just
stuff.
my main roadmap. I mean, I'll probably do like some melee stuff on the side, nothing like crazy, but just keep my melee skills sharpened. I do want to do like a show match versus Simply where Moki and Zain commentate it in the near future.
That would be fire. That would be so
Wow.
fire.
Yeah, because we after Fast 52 ended, I went to In-N-Out with Slip, Liam, Zain, and just like 2 SM64 friends who were there.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
And like I was just eating my burger, and Zain turns to me and he's like, "Yo, when do you want to do that show match?" So
Shit, I have to do it now. Like I don't know.
yeah, because
Dude,
I'll
that's
let you know.
crazy.
So
That's baller. Holy
so yeah,
shit.
basically, I'm just trying to content max more while I'm still like keeping the grind on.
Yeah.
That's basically just
That's
my
what's
roadmap.
up.
No, that totally makes sense. I mean, I feel like too, like Melee, slightly off topic. Like it's such like a good like networking game, like in
Oh
our
yeah,
space.
for sure. Because
It's
it's like
low key, yeah. Like
It's-
a lot
it's
of the
like-
friends I have, like
it's a
are
largely
Melee or
in-person
TM.
game.
Yeah. God, why am I like sweating? I'm like the diabetes.
Yeah, I got-
the
I'm
diabetes
trying
is
not to lift
killing
the
me
pits,
right
man.
now. The diabetes is killing
All
me
right,
right
well,
now.
sick.
Holy
Thank
shit.
you for
That's a
coming on the
great
show,
way-
GTM. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for making
Do any
time.
of you
Thank you.
three have anything to say before we bounce, or are we bouncing?
Jaxler
Jaxler does nothing.
not
Kyle,
gonna
do you have anything to
bounce.
say?
Yeah.
No, I've been on a break because I've been just like playing games casually. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do next. So
Fair enough.
Yep.
Type shit.
Anyway, Kai hit
shit.
1 million concurrent viewers on his stream
That's
today.
crazy.
which
Why are
was
we talking
fucked-
about
it was fucked up. I'm just saying, like, he had LeBron James on the stream. I didn't think I would see an English speaking person hit 1 million. So.
and it's a fucking Monday, dude. Like,
yeah, can't
Who
touch
had
a buy
1 million
though.
viewers?
Unfortunate. Kai.
or I'm sorry,
Kai
it's
Cenat.
Tuesday.
Kai
I got my fucking days mixed
Yeah,
up.
he
It's
had LeBron
Tuesday.
James cut his hair on stream like 2 hours ago.
Oh, dude.
Just
and I was
another
pocket
Tuesday for
watching.
Kai Cenat,
I wasn't
dude.
actually watching stream. It was on mute. I was just watching the viewer count. I'll be real.
Okay, that explains it then, because like I was like I was watching someone stream earlier before I got in. They were talking about like I'd let LeBron cut my hair, and I was like, okay, dude.
I mean, who
Why are we
wouldn't?
talking?
Who wouldn't?
LeBron James snatched my wig, like.
I don't know anything about like sports that much, but like I think the constant LeBron glazing is so fucking funny.
Oh my god.
All right. Anyway, goodbye forever, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks
Thanks for having
for-
me on though.
Peace out.
Yeah, thanks for
coming on.
joining
Yeah,
us. Thanks for
appreciate
making
you being
time.
here.
Of course.